Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are well. Let me just make sure I've got everything sorted here. I think my main camera is going to be glitching because I have a few things open. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I do have everything here. If you are here with me in the live, say hello. Just like Tamara, hello, nice to see you. I hope you are doing well. Let me just pop that down a little bit so we can see me a little bit better. I'm so happy that I made it to another live. It's been so long. Yes, so this is an impromptu one for today. I took the day off from my normal scheduled live stream on a Monday, 5 a.m., because I wasn't feeling as special that you are here with me today. So I woke up, an impromptu live, nothing planned. I recorded myself yesterday once I sort of got myself off the couch. So I'll let the pre recorded video, explain the things I was going through yesterday. And so, hang around with me. It is, a 20-minute long video, but I go through how I process my feelings, the steps I take, and how I use my planner as a tool to help me not get through the emotion, not get over it, but to work with it. And that's what I've been learning along the way in my, a few years, that don't fight the feeling of how you're feeling. It is there for a reason. You are feeling certain ways, feeling certain emotions because of certain situations or certain things maybe others have said or done. And so it is just a messaging system to ourselves that, hey, you're feeling this way because, or you're angry about something because, or you're feeling lost or low or sad because. And so if we don't acknowledge it and we bury it and sort of try and work through it rather than work with it, then later on it will surface again. So it's best now to acknowledge it, note it down. Doesn't mean you have to try and fix things. Just knowing that it's there, those emotions are there because of certain events, certain people, certain things that have been said, then the more we are aware of it when it comes up again, we are in a better position to see patterns, to now know, okay, these are the things, the feelings, and the physical, how when you get a lump in your throat or a tightening of your chest or you start to tear up, these are the things that come up when certain things. So today's video is what to do when you are feeling low or feeling sad, and how you can use your planner and the planning system that you are putting together. If you are new to planning, or if you are stuck in a rut, this is the sort of things that you can do. So I'll let the video explain. So I'm going to stay quiet. I might pause the video if any of you have any questions at all, or if you're feeling the same way, or, Marianne, just a word of encouragement or wisdom from your end saying, yes, I've been there too. That'll be so great. So hopefully, what I went through yesterday and how I worked with those emotions, and will help you as well, whether you're in a moment of low energy, low motivation, you're not feeling as well, whether physically, emotionally, or mentally. These are things I do. But of course, as always, anything that I talk about when it comes to my mental well-being, what I share is just from my experience. And of course, if you are going through something as well, and it's, showing up a little bit too much, and the planning and the self care and the taking breaks are not as helping as much, make sure please do seek professional help. I have done so for a couple of years, and I've seen therapists, and it just helps so much when you do see someone who knows, what they're talking about, and then they can help you through through it. So I just want to let you know there that this disclaimer, anything that I do for my own personal mental, physical, and emotional well-being, I'm working through it myself. So, I'm experimenting with the different things that I do. And somewhere along the way, some things work out, some things don't at the moment. Maybe it's not the season. So hopefully you too can um, work with the emotions you may be going through at the moment. So, like I said, I recorded myself yesterday, Sunday, when I finally got myself off the couch. So I will let, past Mary Ann explain what I was going through. I'm just going to make sure the volume is up. If it's too loud or too soft, because I was speaking quite softly, because I was just pretty much just verbalizing my thoughts, and maybe I'm quiet at some point, and I wanted to make sure that I was just speaking out my thoughts. So let me know how you go. So I'm going to play the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Hello there, Charlotte. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here today. So for those who may be joining, it was me yesterday, after feeling low throughout the day. So I'll mute myself, but if there's anything that you have any questions, let me know. I can pause the video, but hopefully how I work through with my own emotions and how I use my planner can maybe help you later down the track. So, mark it down, bookmark it, or save it to watch for later, and hopefully it does help you. So let me just pop the video. I think I muted myself. So it's pre recorded yesterday. And just let me know if it is a little bit too soft, and I could put the volume up again. Okay, so here we go. It's there's no production here, so I may sound very low because I was very morning. Hello, Stephanie. Nice to see you. Plannerettes assemble indeed. I appreciate you popping by on the replay. Let me see if I can pop that here down below. Okay, so well, this video, Stephanie will let you know how I was yesterday. So here we go. I'll mute myself a little bit. Let's play it first. Are we going to play it? Yes. It's Sunday, 7:57 p.m. and I'm just starting my day. I haven't had a good day. I'm just feeling a little bit lost. I had a good old cry this morning, and yeah, I've been pretty much sitting on the couch, not doing much. So thought of different things to do to, I guess, reset. So I cut my fringe. So I now have a fringe again. And when it's not styled, I may have regretted that, but it's done. I could always clip it back, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. So what are we doing? I'm starting the day. So here is my daily planner spread in my personal size Filofax mold and organizer in the color ochre, and just dotted the day, the date, created tasks, personal tasks, and it says here to upload a short, so I'll do that. But we're starting from here, 8 o'clock. So I guess let's, the next hour, look at the unfinished tasks. Okay, so let's have a look. Yesterday, day 14 daily video. Well, I got that done. Where is my Hobonichi stencil? Hello, Hobonichi stencil. Is it anywhere? Yeah. Okay. So funny when you're so reliant on tools. Somehow you're unable to go and, so we got to do a circle. I completed that. So let's go and circle. Complete that. I think I had lunch yesterday. Yes, I did. Did I get outside? Yes, I did. Did I speak to my cousin? Yes, I did. Did I have dinner? Yes, I did. And did I work out? No. Did I claim the NDIS invoice? All right, so let's put that here. Claim invoices. So that's the OT as well as the OPAL. Okay, let's just note down. I'll move that forward. Did I go outside for a 15-minute walk? Yes, I did. So we can complete that. Did I return the mic to Kmart? No. So let's put that for Monday. Return mic to Kmart. Okay, let's put that forward. Prep for Monday Live. I'm not even sure if I'm doing Monday Live. I'm just doing one thing at a time, so didn't do that. Did I go to a coffee shop alone? No, I didn't. Okay, so then I know that I've completed each thing. I'll make a little marking on the top of my page. Just a little dot here, so that way I know anything that's in that column I don't need to review. Same thing here. I've looked at that. I've looked at that column and I've done all that. So that was Saturday. Let's check Friday. Okay, I'm just going to stop it there because I do want to make sure the comments that come through, I address them so that it's not later down the track and it's no longer applicable. Charlotte, A Slice of Life said, "This is exactly how I'm feeling today. My anxiety is at an all-time high after starting a new job and not really getting on with it. Had to come home early today." And I'm so glad that you actually were able to um, recognize that you need that that rest and give yourself that compassion and grace. And sometimes we feel guilty if we have to do that, but if we are sick with a cold, right, we would go home. And but then if because you can't see those anxious moments, those low thoughts, those sadness that you may feel, we feel like we have to work through it. And, we have to, that term, put our big girl pants on. But I love that you were able to do that. And I am proud of you for recognizing that, you had to go home. And because trying to push through it, it's going to make it worse, right? So I love that. And yes, Stephanie also said that new jobs are so stressful. I know you will be great. Baby steps, big hugs. And I got an email. I've subscribed to Ali Abdal. So he's a productivity guru that's on YouTube. Used to be studied to be a doctor, and now I think he has 6 million followers on YouTube. And I just got an email, like it's perfect timing for the feeling that you and I, Charlotte, are feeling right now. So I've got a note on that to make sure to refer to that. So if you hear rustling, my husband is getting bread and very noisy in the kitchen. So my mic is good that it picks up all these noise. It sort of doesn't isolate all of that. So I appreciate that. And Stephanie says, "I'll reach out offline." Yes, we'll chat offline. And thank you, Stephanie. And this is why, I love going on live stream, because in the moment in time, we can help support each other, because the little words and encouragement, it could be the most powerful thing that we could hear in the moment. Because I think you and I, we know what we need to do. We're confident, we're smart, probably 95% of the time, but that 5% somehow can derail us and then can make us spiral and have these thoughts in our head. And so I know I go through it and I question myself. Why am I feeling this way when any other time I could do it? I can, make big decisions and have done so many good things in my past, but why am I feeling this way? And so I'll talk about that as well. And Stephanie says, "I've been so guilty that I'm not working at 100%. Been battling pneumonia since April, and it's making my job so much harder." Now, of course, your physical well-being as well is going to take a toll on us. And I always say, when we're not well, when, something, parts of our body is, not functioning, our brain is saying, okay, everything else that we don't need to survive right now, let's turn the function off. Like our cognitive thinking isn't at its best when we're trying to heal physically, emotionally, or mentally. And so it's important that we look after ourselves. So this is the thing that's important, that we have each other to um, go and help support each other with encouraging words. Missed you yesterday, but happy to you took some time to yourself. Yeah, so I didn't go on 5 a.m. this morning. I think I went to sleep at 10. Oh, I got up at 10 a.m., so it was a nice sleep in. Yes, hi, husband. Oh, he's left. He's gone and got his toast. He's watching his shows in the bedroom. Hubby needs to make all of us toast. Yes, yes. So he was, and of course, the plastic that the bread comes in, it's all like. So um, poor hubby, he gets hungry in the middle of his shows. All right. So I appreciate you all sharing with me as well, that you are go. You know what? This is why it's so important that I share the things I'm going through, and not just the aesthetically pleasing planner pages. And I've never been that, because I used to think, I can't, that imposter syndrome, it's like, how can I be a planner when I don't plan all the time? How can I be a planner and tell people and help inspire or give tips to people when I have blank pages? But that's real life. But because we don't see enough of it, because not a lot of people show the, missed habits, the unchecked to dos and tasks, we feel like when we're not doing it, we must be failing, when in actual fact, everyone's in the same position, but we need to see more of it. So I appreciate that so much. All right, so we're going to go back to the video. So what I've just done is I woke up or I got off the couch and told myself, all right, Marianne, come on, let's just do one little thing. Okay. So it was 8 o'clock, and I just checked off all the tasks for Sunday that day. And then now let's look at what I did after. And so make sure. So there was nothing there, nothing there. It's just the little dot's just a quick visual for me to go, all right, I don't need to review anything on that page. And so then it's a little ineffective way. Did I do a watercolor? No. So I've looked at that. Now, did I edit video? I'm sure I did, because I had videos for Saturday and Sunday. Did I learn? I think I learned something on what that day was, that Friday. Blue. Yes, I did some learning, so we can complete that. Did I get outside? I don't know. Get outside. Blue, no blue. What's this? That's my strategic business model framework tasks. Did I do any of that? Don't think so. I would have had dinner. Did I unplug on Friday? Yes, I did unplug. And did I do a workout? No. So I've checked those. Date. That one's done. Let's have a look. Reel shorts videos. 2 to 4 capture. 2-minute habit. What's that? Changing my day. Did I do a video? So what I'm doing is I'm just checking my YouTube studio to see if I did the shorts 2-minute habit that's changing my day. I don't know. So we'll have a look. What's this? Sunday. So reel shorts 2-minute habit that's changing my day. It's just so then I just like to migrate things that I want to do or check to the day, and then I just put a little, I guess, what's that, less than or arrow forward marking to say I've moved it forward. Look into mail track. Okay, that's not something I'll do immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a backward arrow and put it into my list of stuff. So then later down the track, look into mail track. So that would be, what would I categorize that? So these are income producing, family and home. Me stuff. Blue is the boys in their school. Green is planning stuff. What would it be? I think it'll be under look into mail track because it's links that provide you. I think they call it deep links that provide you information on where people had clicked your link from, so you can get an idea of where it came from. Okay, so I think I did everything there. Check, check. Take 5 minutes completely off your phone. I'm sure I would have done that. No, but I think the take 5 minutes completely off your phone was an intentional break, not just so. No, I don't think I did that. Chapter 18, yes, I did of my Audible, so I've checked that. Check what content I made just before 7th of May. 7th of May. Because then I had a good sales day that I think right after. Check content created just before 7th of May. Okay, so forward that. I can mark that off. Paint by numbers. I don't think I did it that day, but I've been doing more paint by numbers. Work on VOD video. I didn't do a separate video on demand video for the week. So Wednesday, redo some of the less performing thumbnails. Let's pop that as a list of stuff. Redo thumbnails of less performing videos. What would I put that under? What do I have? Sort of like a social media stuff. I think that'll create a new category. Let's do, no, I want to do orange. Let's do orange as that bucket or collection. Yikes. Where were we? I think we were on Wednesday. Okay, so that I put in my list of stuff, workboard, how to actually finish your to-do list without the overwhelm. Let's put that in under video ideas. VOD topic, how to actually, I wonder if that's what I'm doing now. How to actually finish your to-do list without the overwhelm. I guess it's just one page at a time. Planner walkthrough. Planner walkthrough. Okay, that was under video ideas. I think these are content pillars. I think that's pink is like mindset stuff. List of review videos. A5 planner prep through. So that's planning. So I guess that would be planning stuff. Okay. So that one I put there. Then started writing victory log and gratitude log in my daily planner. So let's put a little dot. Done. Yep, that one's done. Short, intentional rest isn't lazy, it's necessary. I think I might have done that. Just double check. Check. Shorts, intentional rest. Intentional rest isn't lazy. It's necessary. It's necessary. Okay. If you haven't watched my Zig Clean colored dot marker video, where it's a nice little helpful marker for my planning and self-care. Check, what's that one? So that one I forwarded. Check 3rd week mood log spread in person. Yes, list of stuff. Let's put that here. Check 3rd week mood log spread personal planner bundle. Okay, and that one I think is a planning, so that's a green. Where is my green? Let's pop that there. So we have moved that to the list of stuff. I have done that. Watercolor unboxing. Well, I didn't do a video. I had ordered some mixed media paper and brushes to start watercoloring. I was going to do a video of it, but it'd been sitting there for a while, so just open it. Reply to message regarding. Sometimes I can't read my own. Oh, Cocot. Oh, yes. I need to reply to a email. Reply to email regarding Coco doll. So I have moved that forward. Let's go and do it. Dot, dot. One of the things I like to do either at the beginning of the week or here, I guess we're doing it at the end because I need to get my momentum going, and that's an easy thing to do. It's simple, it has a clear start finish, is check the daily pages, mark things that have been completed, cross off things that are no longer, not getting forwarded or put into a list of stuff to look at later down the track, and then see if there's anything. And then I mark the pages and each column with a little dot to signify for myself that I've checked everything on that column. I don't need to look at it again. So dot, 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 dot. So do that with everything. Sometimes if it's still the same week and I don't want to carry the task forward and I'll just keep it at that page, I will get myself a little post-it note or sticky note flag, and just as you can see like here, then that way I can flip back when I'm doing my review of the week, the month, the date, and then that way I don't have to go and rewrite it. But just so then I am doing something and getting the momentum going, I have just either migrated it forward or moved it back to a list of stuff that I can check later in the week, or once a week, every 2 weeks, to see if there's anything that I had thought of a while back that I didn't know yet what the outcome would be or what I want to do. So this is a list of stuff, is a place I can park my thoughts and ideas that I don't want to forget. So it needs to be in a system that you can trust yourself to check back and have a look at. Okay, I'm just going to stop there and just let me quickly double check. Okay, so with regards to yesterday, so I started my day at 8 p.m. And so I think I have a video about just starting from where you are. So if you have, been feeling low energy, you procrastinating, and you haven't, done anything, instead of worrying about the things you didn't do, in the morning, in the afternoon, you didn't get to do your walk, you didn't get to go outside, you didn't do this. Instead of worrying about the things you didn't do, start from where you are. So I got off the couch, from napping all day, having a bit of a cry, getting hugs from my husband and my older son saying, I need that, encouragement. And they were, both of them just said, Mum, just rest, just don't do anything, don't worry about anything. So I took their advice and just rested. But then once I actually did get my rest and my nap, and just didn't feel guilty about taking the time off at 8 o'clock. So as you can see from Sunday, let me quickly um, show you my Sunday. So this was my Sunday daily spread. As you can see, I hadn't planned anything, and there it is, okay? 8 o'clock, look at the unfinished tasks. So, because I needed something that will get me starting, just that one small step, because the hardest part sometimes when it comes to us not being able to get going is just that first step. So do something that's easy, that's simple. So just checking my daily page, for have I done this, have I done that? It's a no-brainer, right? It doesn't need a lot of brain power to go and say, did you do this? Did you do that? And as Stephanie had said, you get to see the wins. You get to see the stuff that you did manage to do. And as she said, and I wasn't, when I was doing that, I wasn't as hard on myself about, oh, did I do a workout? No. Oh well, you keep going, and because there's no point, crying over spilt milk, right? So I didn't do a workout. All right. So maybe, can I do a workout now? I don't know. Right. But happy with myself when I did. So just doing something like that, just If you feel like, oh, I've got so much to do, I haven't done anything, just go have a look. Okay, what is it that I have done? What is it that I can, move to tomorrow? Or what is it that I can just let go of and maybe do next week? It's just a simple check marks or, coloring in. And so that's what I did with that. So anything that I completed, I colored off. Anything that I need to still do, made a little arrow forward and moved it to my Monday page. Okay, so I moved it to here. Anything that I still need to do, but not maybe for the week or the next day, I put it in my what I call my list of stuff. So stuff according to David Allen's book, How to Get Things Done. These are the things that you want to do, need to address, but don't know yet what the outcome looks like or when you want to, action them. So instead of trying to remember it and keeping it in your brain, have a trusted system where you can park those thoughts, those tasks that you don't know what to do yet with. And then he says to put it in collections or buckets, so then it's easier for you to note down which. So these are groups. I color code them because I know my colors now. I don't need to label. So I think this one is income producing activity, so anything to do with my content creation, my shop, as the name said, income producing. The purple one for me, anything to do with family or home. Pink is anything for me. Do I need to go and learn something, read something, or anything that's me centered? Blue, my color code for that is for the boys, my two sons, and their school stuff. So green is anything planner related or budget related, and then the orange is anything for my social media stuff that I need to do. And so, list of stuff is a trusted place you can refer to, whether you refer to it once a week, once a month, and go, okay, this time now, is there anything on my list of stuff that I can action in the new week or in the new month? And then that way, you're not using your space in your brain to try and remember it because you've listed it down, and you need to make sure you go back and look into it. And so anything that I move into the list of stuff, I think my little symbol is a back arrow. Let me show you what that would look like. I'm just flipping through to see. Okay. So arrow forward is migrating it to the next day or the next week. And then my arrow backwards is I popped it into my list of stuff. Or, if you have a dated calendar, you might have put it, for June or July. And then I like to mark my little, page, because I have on my daily personal size spread columns, is I just put see how there's a little dot there? So then that way, when I'm flipping through my pages, I just look at there and go, okay, if there's a dot, oh yeah, I just realized I haven't dotted this one. If there's a dot there, it means I don't need to look at it again because I have already reviewed it, whether I've crossed it off, I've completed it, I've migrated it forward or moved it back. That way, it's a little bit more effective for me that I know I'm trusting myself and my system to note down that I have looked at it and I'm not going to miss anything. Yeah, so thank you so much, Steph, for letting them know to like. So, yes, please, if you are enjoying this or you like hanging out with me, make sure to like this video, and, you save it for later as well if you, need to go back to it and, oh, yes, I remember Marianne had a video where she was feeling really low and sad, and she took the time off, the whole day off with no guilt. But then, because we have to, life goes on, so we also have to, but we need to be gentle with ourselves and move gently and compassionately by just doing one small step at a time. And this, where I am checking my previous daily pages, my daily, my weekly, is a nice, gentle way for me to get back into the planning without worrying about, oh, I didn't get to do this, I didn't get to do that. because that time has passed. Let's just start from now, right? Let's start from now. Let's go have a look as if our day, so whatever time it is right now where you are and you felt like you haven't done anything throughout the day, just go, all right, my day is starting at 3 p.m. For me, my day started at 8 p.m. after, I've given myself that time to rest and re energize. So that was my start of the day. And you know what happened? I was able to action a lot of the things in less time. Because why? Because I rested. I got my energy back. And so make sure you're giving yourself that space to sit with your emotions, sit with yourself. If you were sick with the flu, you would rest in bed and have, chicken soup. So if we are not well mentally or we are not well emotionally, we should also have the same rest. But because we can't see it, and society in the past has told us that, oh, it's weak. It's weak for you to show weakness, or if you're crying, especially at work, and or if you, start to be angry, especially us for women, if we're, very passionate about what we do, we can be called the B word, but then if it was a man who's like, oh, they're strong, they're articulate, they're confident, they've got passion. But when we have those same emotion, oh, she's fragile, oh, she's just, maybe that time of the month, oh, so that's what society has told us in the past. And we got to break that thinking, and we got to break that chain that when we're sick physically, if we twist our ankle, we put our feet up. If our hearts are broken, if our mind's not well, we should also put that, rest those. Okay. So, really, if you can create that analogy and that dialogue in your mind that when I'm sick physically, I rest. When my heart hurts, I should also rest. When my mind isn't well, I should also rest. Okay, so I think I heard someone goes, they always encourage us to have a physical checkup, once a year, have a physical check, especially, or, when you're over 50, suddenly you get all told to get all these things checked, right? All these things suddenly started coming through the mail for me, bowel checked, breast screening, pap smear, all these things. But there's nothing that comes through the mail that says, have a mental check, have an emotional check. So let's change that dialogue. Let's change that habit to make sure we're also looking after our heart and our mind, not just our physical well being. So, really, really important. All right. So, that's what I did. All right. So, I checked all of that. So, let's go back to my video of what I did yesterday to help me work with my emotional state of feeling low and feeling sad. All right, so let's get back into it. So I did that. So I checked Monday, Tuesday, and all throughout the week. And so then that way I know I trust myself that I haven't forgotten anything. I haven't neglected anything that I had written down earlier on in the week. And this is where I've just noted down. And so I can review it to see if it's something I can do today. I can move forward, later on in the week. And then that way I have narrowed down. And so I have a clear path on what to do next. So once I've checked my daily pages, and then I go check my weekly spread to see if there's anything on there that I need to check. So same thing, each day I put a little dot to say 7:30. Yes, I watched that one, so I can complete that. So then that way, same thing. I know that I have checked things off. That one there, that one there. Saturday, I didn't do that. So let's write a little done list. So what did I do Saturday? Well, I know let's have a look at our habit tracker to remind us. So Saturday, tidy up. I know I sorted through another box of my clothes. So that's a done, and that's a nice little win because I've got so many clothes that I no longer fit in, and so I'm just getting that done. I went out date night with Edward. Okay, so that's another done. And anything else? And then I know I did my edited my day 14 video. Okay, so all right, let's have a look. Today I'm supposed to do a workout. What's the time? Yeah, all right, let's try something. Do a 15-minute workout. Just something to get me moving. Okay, and I'm supposed to do a newsletter. What do I talk about in this newsletter? Look, let's see. Newsletter. Okay, I may have to post about no live stream on scheduled time. Okay, so what did I do today? Look, let's write some wins. Cut my fringe. Okay, had a shower, got off the couch, had a shower, checked my daily and weekly planner spread. Okay, whoop. So that's if you ever feel like your day has gotten away from you, do something that's simple, that is like a no brainer. Technically, I haven't done anything task wise except I've checked the daily pages. So then I know that my mind at least is free from clutter of any of the things that I may have not done, need to migrate, or need to check off from the previous days. So that's done. I also checked my weekly spread to see anything I got to do. And then now, instead of having to work off this and these and all these and getting overwhelmed and anxious about what is it that I haven't done, I now have just this one list. It's one visual. So now, look, there's that. It didn't even take me, what's that, half an hour, okay? So I have looked at all the unfinished tasks and I can tick that off. And so the next thing I can do that I know is I can then claim our invoices for my son's OT and his transport. So that's something I can start. So now I'm feeling a little bit better because I've started the ball rolling. Just sometimes the hardest part when you're feeling a little bit off, you're lost, is getting the momentum going. And so that's something I can do. I can now work off this list and then just go through it one by one. And then the easy ones, just get them done, because then that can give you immediate wins. That's it from me for today. Hopefully this has also helped you get yourself out of a funk. And so, but make sure you are giving yourself grace and compassion in the moment. You know, of course, I felt really low and sad and just wondering, what do I do? Where am I heading? And give yourself some time and do something fun, creative, silly, cutting your fringe. So we'll see how that'll go when I do style it. Thank you. Bye. So there you go. Yes, I'm actually quite happy with the fringe. It's just, when you wake up, it's all like this, and you go, "What did I do? What did?" So I am quite happy with it, and so and embracing my silver grays. Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Yay, exactly. So what and I was so happy with myself because I got to um so it was 8:30 by the time I finished that. It only and I thought it was going to take me the whole hour. I gave myself the whole hour to just check everything and not put too much pressure on myself, but I was able to get quite a few things done from my list. So I was able to claim our OT invoice. I replied to an email. I uploaded a short on YouTube. I checked, what's that? Yeah, I checked why, the content before the 7th of May, what was it that, spiked the sales? And so I checked for have I uploaded a content on YouTube. And then here I was able to put my victory log. So what did I put in my victory log? Even though I started the day very late in the evening, I actually got quite a lot of things done. See how sometimes we go, no, I cannot afford to take a break because I'm already behind. And so if I take even 15 minutes, that's 15 minutes I'm not doing the task that I'm, already my overwhelming task. But please, 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 trust me. Taking the break will make your brain work better, because when it is burnt out, when you are stressed, when you're anxious, when you are procrastinating, when you're feeling lost, when you're emotionally, out of whack, right? Your brain stops working because it's trying to put as much effort into making sure, if it's anxious, the brain is on high alert going, what are we doing? Why are we anxious? Is there, is there danger? Is there fear? Is there, do we have to freeze, so we don't get attacked? Do we have to run away from something, right? So that's what anxiety does. The nervous system tells us our heart rate beats faster, we're on high alert because we don't want to feel, we're in danger. And so that's what the anxious things, physically, what it does. And so then anything else, it's like, okay, we don't need our cognitive part of our brain to be making decisions right now because we have to be on high alert. And that's why you can't make a decision. So something that would take you maybe 5 minutes to decide, do I do this? Do I do that? Who do I send it to? Do I delegate? Do I go and leave that for next week? When you're anxious, when you're emotionally not well, when you are, feeling low, when you are questioning yourself, when you're doubting yourself, when you have these negative thoughts, all your brain power is going to make sure that we are protecting ourselves so that we are not in danger. So then our brain, for the thinking part, will go, we don't need that. We don't need to make a decision because we either just run, we freeze, or we fight. Those are the only things that our brain at the moment is thinking. But when you rest, right, and then you allow yourself to breathe in, breathe out, slow down your heart rate, this will now start to tell your brain, oh, okay, well, our heart rate is slowing down. It's going to now signal, okay, there's no danger. Everything is okay. Okay, all right, now let's see what now, what can we now do? Oh, the cognitive part of our brain, the thinking part, the decision making part, suddenly the light turns on again. And so now the thing you couldn't figure out what to do, you now go, oh, let me just do that now. And 2 minutes later, you've sent an email. 5 minutes later, you've claimed the, whatever it is, you've ticked, your paperwork. So that is why, please, please, please trust me, because I forget too, right? My husband and my 17-year-old son had to remind me, Mum, just take the day off. And I went, I can't because I have to prepare for my Monday live stream and I haven't done this and I haven't done my newsletter. It's like, Mum, you're crying. Take the day off. I'm like, okay, all right. Then when I accepted to take the day off and not do anything else, and no, the no guilt, and actually just slept on the couch, woke up, had something to eat, drank something, slept on the couch again. And then when I was like, okay, and I've rested, 8 o'clock, things started to move. One little step, and then the momentum, the snowball effect. I was able to suddenly tick off 4 things from my list in 10 minutes when it probably had been sitting there for 2 days because, my mind, my emotional well being wasn't right. So take a rest. Take a rest. Coming back online from a funk, go Marianne. Yes. And it's important that you too, you are watching right now and you watching on the replay, take your rest and be intentional about it. Now, so I was feeling low. Well, why was I feeling low? Because I'm in this place at the moment where I know what I need to do, but I'm not there yet. It's taking a long time. I want things to happen right now. So I'm in the middle of, I made a decision that this is where I want to be. I need to go over here and do those works. So then that way, for our financial well-being, I'm taking all the steps I need to take to move me from my current state to my desired state. But I'm in the middle, right? Because things don't work that fast, Oh, if only, the lottery can help, but then, there's still other problems that will happen, right? So I'm in this middle crossroad at the moment. And I just got an email from Ali Abdal. I've signed up to his newsletter, and I'm just going. I wrote down notes on my little post-it note. This where you're in between places. So I know Charlotte had said started a new job. So you've started the job and you're probably in the training mode. You're getting to learn the people. You're getting to learn the system. So you're in the middle, right? You don't know yet all the stuff you need to do. So you're in the middle of where you were to where you need to go. And this is Ali had said, he had read this. This thing is called liminal space. Liminal. I think Lee said limen in Latin is threshold. So let me quickly have a look, make sure that I get the name right. So liminal space is the feeling in between two different destinations or two different space or places. Okay, so if you've made a decision that, okay, this is what I want to do, and you're making your way to get to the desired outcome, and you're sort of like at the crossroad, whether you're in the middle, a little bit here, a little bit there, liminal space, feeling in between two different destinations or places. And when you're in this space, you're going to feel lost. You might feel uncertainty. You might feel uncomfortable because you don't know everything. For me, I'm not there yet. I want things to happen now. Why is it taking so long? Am I doing all the right stuff? So you're at a crossroad, and all these feelings are normal. So it's okay to feel this way. And I think I spoke about it also. It's, the emotional cycle of change, right? So you're going to always get this dip, the uncertainty, the valley of despair, where, oh, it's going to take so long to get to get the outcome, right? And so you're going to feel lost. By knowing that you will always come to the liminal space where you're going to feel lost, uncomfortable, questioning yourself, uncertainty. If you know that those are things you got to go through and you know that it's normal, right? Then you can work your way through it or with it. And then that way you could go, okay, this is a normal feeling. You know how there's seven steps or seven cycles, when of grief, right? You know you're going to feel sad, you're going to feel angry, you're going to feel numb. Those are the things, those are the different cycles of changes when you go through different things. So if we know that when we come to a point where we're in between where we are to where we want to be, so that liminal space, and know that we're going to go through these feelings, then we can then put stuff in place, the habits and routines in place. Okay, I'm feeling lost. Okay, so let's have a look at something where we can find you. Go and take a deep breath. Go out for a walk. Have coffee. Go speak to a friend. Do something creative. Go journal. Okay, and then that will help you move through and move with those emotions. Need to sign out for work. Bye, Steph. Nice to see you. Appreciate you. Chat soon. So really important that just know if you're feeling low, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling anxious, if you're procrastinating, you're having self-doubt, you are having these negative thoughts, the things that I talk about in my videos when using your planner, using your stationery, having a system, having a recipe to follow throughout your day. And your brain knows that, okay, everything will be all right because we're going to have breakfast soon. We're going to have lunch soon. We're going to go to sleep soon. Things will be okay if we have a system. But sometimes what happens is the best laid out plans can go, get thrown off when life happens, when emergencies happens, when unplanned things, when the boss knocks at our door and says, "Hey, can you do this?" And suddenly it's like as if someone, if you're in the middle of doing something and then someone turns off your computer, you get angry, you get sad, you get upset, right? It's the same thing. When we feel these emotions, we need to make sure we put stuff in place where we are resting. So then our brain can start working a lot better. Okay, so if you ever, you know, question, well, what sort of things do I need to do? Okay, I made a self-care bingo card and I get to go and use my little dauber, dauber, and so yesterday, Sunday, take a guilt-free day off, no chores, no errands. And I can now go and mark that off. So this self-care bingo card, you can either purchase it for a low price of $2 Australian, or you can also get it for free. Either way, $2 will help support me and help me be able to create more content like this. But I have just put in the live chat right now the link for you to be able to grab yourself this self-care bingo printable. I have actually three different pages. So either British English or Australian English and a US English. So, things like color, we have here in Australia, COLOUR, organize. The US English has Z, we use S. So there's a British or Australian English. There's also a US English version. Plus, there is a blank one. So you can put in your own self care activities. So if you have your own thing and you want to go and change these things, so there's 25 different self-care activities that you can intentionally plan and write down in your planner. Don't do this as an afterthought, okay? Write it down. So there's some simple stuff. Take 1 minute deep breaths, do a 10-minute yoga flow or stretch, sit in the sun for 10 minutes. So these are not the things that you would normally think self-care of, the bubble baths, the mani, go to the salon, take the whole day off. Because I know for us women who are already trying to multitask and I have a lot of things to do, but that's overwhelming, even taking 10, 15 minutes is too much. So start easy. Make it small, 1 minute, 2 minute. And if you can't think in the moment because you're overwhelmed and anxious in your brain, remember when you're overwhelmed and anxious and you're stressed, your cognitive part of your brain, the thinking part, is not working as well because it's trying to protect you from danger. Okay? So you don't have to think. I have given you 25 different items. So there's enough for a whole month, and make it fun. Gamify it and just try and see if you can get a bingo. All right. 5 little things. So let me see. Maybe tidy up one small area. So if I plan that for tomorrow, I can go and mark that as complete. Have fun with it. Embellish it. Put washi tape. Put stickers. So really important that you are taking a break for yourself. So that is available. The details are in the description below. So that is how I pretty much was able to get myself through the low moments. So I gave myself the compassion and the grace to actually rest, take the day off, not put pressure on myself. And then at 8 o'clock in the evening, where I just started from there and not worried about all the things I didn't complete, I just went through something. Do an activity that has a clear start and finish. So then that way you know exactly how long it'll take, or if it doesn't have a full finish time, put a timer on your a watch or on your phone and just go, I'm just going to do this for 2 minutes. I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes. Because a lot of the time, the thing that's hardest is actually get going. It's so much easier to not do anything, but law of inertia. If things don't move, then they don't move. But if they start to move, then the momentum can help give that snowball effect. So let me know. Make sure like this video if you did get value from it, and of course make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I think it's now down to 51% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so I'm trying to reduce that number and make the subscriber percentage higher. So if you have come across my video and they have been helpful, I am making sure that I come back with things, real life situations, that hopefully my own real life situations, because I ain't perfect. I am going through lots of emotional, physical, mental, things that life throw at us. And I am used through my planner, my planning system, the love of stationery and doing creative stuff. I am making sure that I'm taking the time to put myself on top of the list and make sure that you are also putting yourself on top of the list. So if there's any of the many videos that I have put out there, if any of them has helped you at all or big aha moments, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because that really helps me to that I know that you are getting value and you're enjoying it, and it'll make me go and do more of those things. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye everybody. Bye bye.